Quick disclaimer, Weeylite did send me this item to review free of charge, but they have no say on the final product and all the opinions in this video are my own. Warning, this video may contain flashing lights. Greetings everyone and welcome back, this is Marco and today we're testing out the Weeylite S03, a 30 euros pocket size RGB fill light. Small battery-powered RGB lights are one of those pieces of gear that in one way or another will always come in handy. But they used to be quite expensive. Luckily for us, in recent years, companies like Weeylite have made them affordable. Now, let's have a look at what comes in the box. The box itself is quite tiny with a seal that also tells us what color the body of the light will be. Inside we have obviously the light itself with the instructions and QR codes to download the app. Then we have the cold shoe adapter, always useful to mount it on top of your camera. Then a USB-C cable, quite short, but you know, it's all you need. And finally, the instructions, the quick guide. Usual stuff, and that's everything in the box. The S03 is a 4 watts 300 lumen LED light. The body is made of plastic, it weighs 72 grams and it measures 88 by 52 by 21 millimeters. The battery lasts 1 hour at full brightness and it takes 3 hours to recharge. On the body it has the power button, a USB-C plug and a standard Q20 screw mount. So, how do you control it? Well, through the app via Bluetooth. I personally prefer to have all my commands and dials and buttons on the item itself, in this case the light, but I see why it makes sense to have an app. Let me show you. First of all, we can see that we have 6 groups and each group has 19 channels, which means that with one app you can control and pair a lot of Weeylite devices. To pair a light, you select the group and the channel, you turn the light on and it should be already paired. There we go. As for the features, we have CCT, color temperature, with some presets, 3000K, 4000, 5200, 5500, 6000 and 7000. On top we have the slider that goes from 25K to 85K, so you can select the temperature you prefer, and a green to magenta slider for the tint, and obviously the brightness slider. Then we have the HSL wheel, hue, saturation, luminance. You just pick and drag and select whatever color on the wheel you want. You have a slider to recenter it, and again the brightness slider. Then we have RGBWY. We have individual sliders for the RGBWY colors. You can select your color that way. Alternatively, you can use XY coordinates. Same concept, you just pick and drag and select your color. Then we have color chips. These are a few preset colors. Roscoe and Lee, I think these are some standard color arrays. I honestly don't know, but you know, there's a few preset colors in here. Then we have the effects tab. We have stuff like candlelight and flame, but also fireworks, weld, burst, TV, there we go, police, ambulance, and fire truck. We have club and some wave of colors. Let's put it back to something more. There we go, candlelight. You also have a speed slider, 1, 2, and 3. These are just 3 different speeds at which the effect cycles, and obviously again brightness. Then we have probably my favorite feature, which is the color picker that uses the camera of your phone to see a color and try to replicate it on the light. For example, if I point it to the blue tab here and press pick up, it will match it as close as possible. This feature is not the most accurate and depends a lot on how accurate the camera on your phone is. Mine is not that accurate, so you can see how the result might not be the greatest. And lastly, we have a tab, My Scene, where you can save your presets. For example, if you go to HSL, select a color, here on the top right we have a plus sign, and there you can save your presets. And I believe that is all for the app. And now let's see how they perform here in the studio. In this first setup, I have replaced my usual fill and rim lights with the S03s. The fill is set to daylight color temperature, while the rim light is set to a warm orangey color. In the second example, I've obscured the window and used one light as key and the other as fill, while keeping the usual rim lights. I've also tried playing around with colors a little bit for some more extreme looks. And lastly, I've used the lights for some simple product photography. I gotta say that I am pleasantly surprised by these lights. Sure, they are plasticky and colors are not the most accurate, but they are very versatile, very usable, and very affordable. You know that I use RGB lights in almost every video here in the studio, so these little guys will find their place in the workflow. That is all for today. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!